Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a Houston Rockets video. We're going to go ahead and recap the game against the Philadelphia 76ers. Tough loss, man. Tough loss. The Houston Rockets actually somehow had the lead going into halftime after scoring 30 points in the first quarter and then 33 points in the second quarter. But third quarter, they couldn't play defense, and then fourth quarter, they couldn't play. Game was kind of far gone already at that point. Still doable. I think it was like a 10-point game-ish. And then, fourth quarter, still lacking offense, still lacking defense. So the Houston Rockets have not been able to put together 4 good quarters of quality basketball in several games. And it's tough to watch sometimes. But still, if you take back and you look at it from a whole, the Houston Rockets are doing rebuilding things. This is what happens when you're rebuilding. So tonight was kind of tough, man, because especially, Joel, he didn't have a good first half, but, second half came out like a monster, drops a 30-point triple-double. But for the Rockets, I saw a lot of bright spots tonight. I think there were a lot of bright spots. Guys like KJ Martin Jr., he saw 26 minutes tonight with Christian Wood being out, with Alperen Sengun being out. He was a kind of big man for us. 26 minutes, 5 of 9 from the field, 1 of 3 from downtown, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 11 points. I'm hoping we see something kind of similar to last year, where after the trade deadline, a little closer to the end of the season, you just start giving guys like KJ Martin more starts, and you just give them more opportunities to have the ball in their hands, to be out on the court, because this is a pivotal year for KJ. You never know. What if the Rockets made a huge signing in the offseason? What if they made a huge trade in the offseason? They had a top 3 pick. They had the number 1 pick, and all of a sudden, next year, the Houston Rockets look like they could make a run for the playoffs. You want to be relying on guys like KJ Martin Jr., who, the potential is there's just so much potential with KJ that I just want to see him out on the court as much as possible. Really, tonight, though, in that starting lineup, we ran a lineup of Jalen Green, Garrison Matthews, E.G., Daniel Theis, and Jae'Sean Tate. Daniel Theis should never, ever have more shot attempts than Jalen Green, but Jalen Green got shooting early on and just couldn't make anything. He really just could not make much last night, or tonight, I guess. Only 12 points for him. He took 12 shots, but Daniel Theis took 13. Not good shooting night one bit, but he was our only big man. With Sengun out, with Christian Wood out, he was our only big man. But Garrison Matthews tonight really was like my guy. And what I'm so impressed with tonight was, first off, it was like his first game back in quite some time. He's been in COVID protocols, but this game was on the road. There's recently Garrison Matthews, especially in that winning streak, he was just going off at home, and then they'd go on the road and he'd, either struggle a little bit or just not be as aggressive, just not have great nights. And tonight, Garrison Matthews, I think he tied his career high with 23 points for him, 6 of 10 from the field, 4 of 8 from downtown. Also threw in 7 rebounds. I love the defensive hustle. I just love what Garrison Matthews brings, and we talk about this on the channel all the time. In a couple of years, maybe even next year, Garrison Matthews is going to be like a perfect 8 to 10 man roster spot. Like, he's going to be perfect. Great deal, $2 million deal, $2 million a year deal, and we have him for a couple of years. So I really like Garrison Matthews, and I like what he gave us tonight. Outside of that, Eric Gordon, when I'm watching Eric Gordon play right now, I'm just kind of hoping he just keeps it together. In nights like this where you're down by 20, you're losing, you're giving up 133 points, you're not going to win. I just want Eric Gordon to remain consistent. And tonight he was still relatively consistent, 14 points, 4 of 11 from the field, 3 of 5 from downtown. I'm really happy he's been able to keep up that high 3-point percentage, because this man will get traded at the deadline. It's 100%. In the last 10 games, he's still shooting 44% from downtown, and on this season, he's averaging just a tick under 15 points per game, about 3.5 assists, which is higher than his career high, so you always like to see that, and then about 45% from downtown. So seeing Eric Gordon remain consistent through 38 games so far for the Rockets, it's been cool. It's been really cool. Jae'Sean Tate couldn't get anything going from downtown, but did everything else once again. 14 points for him tonight, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal. And then shout out to the bench, man. We saw David Nwaba have another good game. I still don't like David Nwaba slander. I really don't. There's a lot of people wondering what his role on this team is. He's really like one of our only solid, reliable defenders. There's some good potential for defense on this Rockets team, but, like I said, this is a very, very young basketball team, and they're rebuilding, man. So having veteran present guys like David Nwaba who are going 110%, especially on defense, night in and night out, I just feel like it's really, I just feel like that's so easy to just, spread off, to, share. I just feel like it's contagious. So I like that. And then Josh Christopher, solid game, scoring the ball wise, got to the free throw line a couple of times. 13 points for him tonight. 4 assists, 3 steals. Love the defense. Love that defense, man. Josh Christopher is looking to be one of the most low-key prospects in the NBA right now. Christian Wood situation right now, the KPJ situation, we still don't really, know what's going on long term. I just posted a Christian Wood trade video on my main channel, some stuff we were talking about in our live stream on here last night, if you guys want to go check that out. But still no update on that. They were serving their 1-game suspension tonight, and, you don't have Şengün playing either, so kind of had a feeling it was going to be a boring night for the Rockets. But that's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, drop some comments on the game down below, and I'll see you tomorrow.